Hello, YouTube. Yeah, this is Dave K9AT coming at you from the front yard. And so, what I been working on for the past, I don't know, on and off for the past 6 months is installing a whole house generator on the cheap. So, typically, you would go to companies like ONIAC or Generac, and they would sell you a $10,000 to $20,000 generator and install it, and it would be automatic. And you know that's good if you got the money, but I wanted a whole house generator, or almost a whole house generator, on the cheap. So that was my intent, or mission I was going for, and so. I started out by shopping for generators. So I found a Predator 11,500 watt, and it's a really big generator, and it's a tri-fuel, and so that means it would run on gasoline, propane, and natural gas. And so those two first fuels, are finite. You got to go get fill up with gas, or you got to get more propane when the runs out. But the natural gas connection that inspired me, and so that was the route I was going for with the whole house generator, and that's actually how the ONIACs and Generacs run on propane. I'm sorry, natural gas. So with that thought in mind, the power that is able to be generated is less for natural gas. So with this generator, I think this is numbers off the top of my head. With the gasoline, it's like almost 9,000 watts. With the propane, it's like 8,100. And so with the natural gas, which is the less combustible fuel, I guess, it was 7,200 watts that it could generate on. Now, that's not a absolute number as far as running a generator, because you got to be healthy with the generator, run it at 80% of that. So somewhere around 6,000 watts is what I was able to be producing. So that was my mission. So I set out to get my or check out the natural gas capacity that I had at my house. So I had to take inventory, according to the natural gas company, the NiGas, of all my gas appliances. So in the background here, this is the one, probably the least generating. So I can get it in there. There you go. It's a natural gas lamp, and it's not politically correct or environmentally correct because it runs all day, but it's just kind of an ambiance I appreciate. And so my other connections were for the barbecue grill, and then my generator, and these are the outdoor connections. So in the house, I had 6 connections: the dryer, which is gas fed, the furnace, water heater, cooktop for the stove, and let's see, what am I forgetting to here? Well, whatever. There was 6, and so I was adding 7th, which was the generator. So, and the way natural gas works, and I didn't know this, you need to figure out the worst case scenario, or all the gas appliances running at full tilt boogie. So, and there's a unit of measure called BTUs. So that's the fuel that the appliance would require. And so I had to do an inventory of all the gas producing appliances I had, and I came up short adding my generator, because it's such a big generator. It's like 128,000 BTUs, and it was just it put me over the edge. So what I needed to do is order a bigger gas meter. And so I'll show that to you here. So I had to order a larger gas meter. And so here it is. And they just installed it yesterday. These guys were from NiGas, and they did a really, really good job. So this is what I've got. So this connection is for the gas lamp up front. This one down here is for the barbecue grill, and it has a hose that goes back to the barbecue grill. And this was the newest addition, for this natural gas generator. And so what the service entailed was going from a half-inch from the main gas line to a 1-inch. And so now I've got a 1-inch gas pipe going to the meter, which is larger meter. And so the and I'll post a video here connected in the movie here of how they were able to get all the way across the street over there to this spot without trenching. Pretty cool. This saves having to tear up the yard. The guy who invented this is crazy smart. I'll walk it for you, and so you can get an idea. And see, these yellow dots were the old one, and the white dots were the new ones. And so they left the old gas line, the half-inch, in place, and they installed the new 1-inch. And this is the hole that's now filled in that they dug. And so from all the way from here all the way over to that meter on the side of the house. So, and this was kind of a shock to me. How much would you expect that to cost? I mean, considering they had to tunnel under the street with this machine, and there was 6 guys in all, 2 of the boring guys and for the coring of for the 1-inch pipe, and all there's 4 other guys that one of them was installed in meter, and then the other guys were connecting the 1-inch to the main line in the hole. But anyways, so I only had to pay $297. That's it. I think that was a cheap, or it's a bargain, I guess, for all the labor involved with upgrading my meter. And yeah, I checked with them. My base bill is still going to remain the same. So anyway, so let me show you the project that I worked on. So this is a 1-inch gas line right here, And it's a stainless steel pipe that I got a post so it won't rust. So what I did is I went and you can't really see it, but because I've got it buried now. But I've got a video of this. I'll put it in the video here. So I'm pressure testing the gas connection, and it's holding. So here's what I got done so far. This is the riser. This is the pipe that I'm going to fasten it to with the hose clamps. And this is the trench I dug. And the yellow pipe is in it. And there's a coupling. And there's the cap. So this is the cap, which is containing the pressure that I pumped in the pipe. And this is the long view here. So I'll give you the long view. And I think this is like 50 or 60 feet. And yes, I dug all this hand by hand. I'm a maniac. How about it? So this is for the generator, my new tri-fuel generator. So we're going to be upgrading the service. This is the original meter. I'm going to get a bigger meter, and the service from the street, it's got to tunnel under the street to get the new service, which is an inch pipe. Now it's only ½ inch. So that's part of the upgrade, and the additional capacity of the pipe will provide the necessary gas for the bigger meter. So this is a 64-foot run all the way into the back here. This is my feeble attempt at replacing the sod that I dug up pieces. And this is where it terminated. So 64 feet later, and this is the gas riser. And they call these risers here, by the way. And they come in a few different styles. I went with the plastic pipe that is fused into the metal riser. And then I installed the couplers. Idea of providing a natural gas connection. I really didn't want to have a horror story that I've heard about of people going to the trouble of trenching this, pipe, and even like a ½ inch or a 3/4, and they were not able to run the generator. Because, I mean, you can study the statistics and water columns and BTUs and all day long, and so you probably will get a rough estimate of what you would require. But this is my viewpoint. I wanted to flood the generator with as much gas, and I didn't want to have the generator just starving and not running efficiently on natural gas. So the generator basically was getting too much gas, and I'll show you with the generator out how I remedied it. So the other thing that I was contemplating is installing a regulator onto this pipe somewhere. And I was told by some videos, well, you don't need a regulator, but actually you do. But I didn't install a regulator, and I'll show you what I did to stop or impede the flow like a regulator would do without installing a regulator. So stay tuned. Okay, here's the beast. This is a Predator, 11,500 watts. And I got it on sale at 20% off at Harbor Freight generator sale days. So it's less than you would think. Anyways, so the front panel has already been discussed on various other YouTube videos. So but I wanted to show you, this is the natural gas connection, and you already saw the gas riser right there. And so I've got the number 6 electrical extension cord going all the way to the Generac. This is a box I did some research on, and this is a 50 amp box, and I'll show you the inside electrical panel next. But there's a lot of variations on these outdoor boxes, and what I like about this one is it connects from the bottom, and it's also got a lot of space, as you can see on top here, for connecting the wires. The other company that makes these boxes is got like a shallower depth, so you know, jamming all the number 6 wires in that box and connecting them up to the socket is a challenge. So let's go back to the generator. Now this is a demonstration of this on natural gas and without a generator, and I'll show how it behaves. And it's not particularly, I'll say good, but it's annoying. If you listen to the way it sounds, there's a little bit of buffet. It's like boof, boof, you know, every once in a while. So that is because I'm feeding it with too much gas. Okay, so here I am with the remote control. Makes a big difference. Adjusting this gas valve. So listen as I adjust the gas valve. Now I'm going to be gently closing it, like a regulator would be, but this is like a variable regulator. Listen, the generator is running without that buffeting, I call it. So this is the tip I wanted to share with you guys. If you run a natural gas line, go big or go home, you know, because I didn't want to run out of natural gas supply to the generator and have it starved for natural gas. And I'll, regretting that I didn't put a larger have a poly pipes that is 1/2 inch, 3/4, and I went to 1 inch. And the way I control it is with the valve, and that way, you know, in other words, it's better to have too much, and you can cut it back either with a valve or a regulator. So I want to talk about this valve, by the way. This is not a soft turn valve. This is a valve, I don't know what it's called because I'm not in the plumbing business, but this has a screw and it's got a lot of tension. So when you make the valve change, it stays, and it's you can't accidentally through vibration or whatever adjust. So this is a valve that stays where you leave it. So if you look at it real close, so that's where it is. So if you listen now, it's a happy generator. So I think I've made success with the generator hookup. And now, is this easier than, you know, running a Generac, which just sits on the side of the house, which kicks in automatically? No, yeah, because there's a sneaker net or a lot of legwork that you got to do to put this in place. So I got to drag it out, hook up the hose, and connect up the electric to the house. But you know what? I think I saved probably maybe $7,000. And by the way, it's not considered a whole house, and I'll show you the generator connections in the basement. So that's the next video. Okay, so I'm in the basement and the electrical panel. So the first thing I want to point out to you is the interlock switch. Now this is different than a transfer switch. A transfer switch would be a side box over here with wires running over to it and select dedicated circuits that you would engage if you were in a power outage situation. Now with this, what you have to do is, if the power is out, this is a safety feature, so when you're running a generator, that you will not energize the electrical lines with our generator and create a fatal condition for the lineman. So when this is off, then I can switch this on. So this is the outside generator, as it says. And I'll zoom in on here. So I've got it wide here. Okay. And so this is what switched is switched on when the generator is running, and this is off. So there's interlock switch. So one can't be switched without the other being unswitched. Okay. So now what this allows is picking and choosing a la carte, not the whole panel, because I can't run the whole house on that generator, but the necessary circuits. And I've got the necessary circuits in red. And why I got a big generator is it's capable of providing 220 volts. So I can run circuits like the well right there, and right there, and then the other plugs that I've deemed necessary when it's a power outage. And so this is for the internet and the office, and other circuits, and what I need to do is pick a circuit that for the well. So when you think about it, while I'm running the well up here, the septic, which hold on, I've got a ejector pit. Yeah, so the ejector pit has to run, and this is the ejector pit, and otherwise the water will just go into the pit, and without the ejector pit circuit turned on, then I would flood the basement or whatever. And so these are the circuits that I've picked preliminarily, and this could change. And so, like I said, this is an a la carte system. So you got to be mindful of the capacity of the generator at 80% of 7,200 watts and not exceed that. So yeah, so this is the way it looks. And behind all this, I'll show you a still without the panel protecting the wires, and the way the circuit switch box looked initially before I installed the 50 amp breaker. Well, my friend's son, who is an electrician, did that for us. So, okay, that's it. So this concludes another very interesting video, if you're a geek like me. So the generator project is now complete, and this is my shot of the tower. Ooh, okay. Anyways, I'm having fun. So if you're considering it, just be mindful of all the things, the tips I mentioned. You know, I guess I call them landmines, but they're not that big a problem if you step on them. But the most important thing that I'm trying to convey in this video is just make sure you overbuilt for the natural gas connection, because you don't want to have all this piping in the ground that you trench for, and the generator to not have enough natural gas, and so it's starved. So you can always cut it back through a regulator, which I probably will install a regulator in the future, but for now, the valve does the job, you know, like I demonstrated in the video, and it makes the generator run smooth. And so the telltale sign that you're feeding too much gas, natural gas, to your generator is it makes that noise, buff, 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 buff. And so when I cut that noise, or cut that volume down through the valve on the for the natural gas, the noise went away, and the generator runs smoother. Okay, 73, and till the next one. If you, by the way, if you like this content, please share it, and like and subscribe, ring that bell, whatever. I don't have a lot of fancy graphics. These are low budget videos I just make to help out the world, and share the knowledge that I've learned along my various projects. So, okay, take care. Talk to you again.